With it being Women's History Month, I thought it would be fun to discuss not only the Audi Sport Quattro, but also Michel Mouton. So this is going to be something of a double feature. We're going to start off with the car, and although this isn't the World Rally car, it pretty well represents what was used in those races in terms of the game. So this is the Sport Quattro S1 Pikes Peak variation, which is often referred to as the Audi S1. It's a highly iconic and legendary rally car that was specifically designed for the Pikes Peak International Hill Climb, which is one of the most challenging and prestigious hill climb events in the world. It's an evolution of an already successful Audi Quattro rally car and adapted for the unique demands of the Pikes Peak course. This variation of the Quattro was specifically designed by Audi in order to take on the Pikes Peak climb, which takes place annually in Colorado in the United States. The car was designed to tackle the challenging terrain, high altitudes, and at the time it was a mix of tarmac and gravel surfaces, as well as the significant elevation changes. The Quattro was equipped with a powerful engine for its time, which was a inline 5-cylinder turbocharged engine producing 600 horsepower. In game, you can actually increase that to around 750 with around 600 foot-pounds of torque. The car also was equipped with advanced technology, including the now legendary Quattro all-wheel drive system, which provided exceptional traction and stability on the varied surfaces that the car encountered during the hill climb. Additionally, the car featured advanced aerodynamic and suspension systems to maximize its performance. The Audi Quattro S1 enjoyed a considerable success at the Pikes Peak Challenge, and it ended up setting a record-breaking time in 1987 while being piloted by the legendary rally driver Walter Roll, who is the #1 driver on the World Rally Team, which we'll be discussing later as well. He ended up completing a time of 10 minutes and 47.85 seconds, setting a record that stood for several years. This Pikes Peak car is instantly recognizable for its aggressive, purpose-built design. It features wide fender flares, large aerodynamic elements, and distinctive Audi liveries, making it one of the most iconic and memorable cars of its era. Overall, the Audi Sport remains a legendary and highly revered machine in the world of motorsports, celebrated for its groundbreaking performance and achievements at the Pikes Peak International Hill Climb. And it's also even available as a Lego variation, which is pretty cool to have. But let's go ahead and take a look at Michel Mouton as well. Michel Mouton was born on June 23rd in 1951 and grew to be an inspirational motorsports legend for many young girls today, particularly known for her achievements in rallying. She originally came from France and is widely regarded as one of the greatest female rally drivers of all time. Mouton's career in motorsport began in the early 70s when she competed in local events. Her talent and determination quickly became apparent, and she rose through the ranks, eventually catching the attention of the factory-backed team of Fiat. In 1974, she made her World Rally debut, driving for Fiat in a 124 Abarth. However, it was with the Audi team that Mouton truly made her mark in motorsports. In 1981, she joined Audi's Works team, driving the powerful Quattro. That year, she ended up finishing as the runner-up in WRC, becoming the first woman to achieve such a feat. By the following year, she had claimed victories in the Quattro in Italy, Portugal, Greece, and Brazil, firmly establishing herself as a force to be reckoned with in the world of rallying. She retired from full-time rallying in 1986, but continued to be involved in the sport, serving as the FIA's Women in Motorsports ambassador, and later as the president of the FIA's Women's Women in Motorsports Commission. Mouton's achievements have earned her widespread recognition and accolades. She has been inducted into the Rally Hall of Fame and has received numerous awards for her contributions to motorsport and her efforts in promoting gender equality within the sport. Beyond her racing career, Mouton's legacy continues to inspire future rally drivers, and especially when it comes to women. This helps them see the potential in pursuing their dreams in motorsports. Her skill, determination, and groundbreaking accomplishments have solidified her place as a true racing icon in the world of rallying. Even though Rally runs a lot of gravel courses, Michelle helped pave a path for future female racers and present ones, such as Danica Patrick and Courtney Force. But let's go ahead and take the Quattro over to Tokyo and see how the car competes on our list. When you first get your hands on the Sport Quattro, it's set up for off-road handling, so it's going to be a little bit high, and the suspension setup is a little bit different in that it's softer spring rates and a little bit stiffer on the dampening. But you'll end up wanting to lower the car pretty considerably. Most of the cars I set up have around 10 mils above the lowest setting, but even with the Quattro at 20 mils above, there was still some binding going on in hairpins under braking. I left it this way because it didn't happen too often and I didn't want the car to be sitting too high. You'll want to hold on to two different setups so that you have a gravel tune as well as a tarmac tune. Even with my tune being set up for the road, the Quattro did have a slight tendency to push in the corners, and that's after softening the front end even more than the rear. But I allowed for this partially because I wanted to keep the car a little bit more stable, and if you stiffened it up too much, the car had a tendency to overheat the rear tires if you were pushing on it, and then you had a snap oversteer, which was difficult to control because of the short wheelbase of this car. Fully built, the Quattro ended up with 759 horsepower and 618 foot-pounds of torque. With that being installed, the car ends up with 715 performance points as well, even with the soft tires. So it actually opens up this car for a lot of the events in the Gran Turismo series. So this is a great car to pick up. With our setup right now, we ended up with 5 laps on fuel, 10% wear to the front tires, and around 20% to the rears. And that gave us a lap time of 1 minute 53 seconds, 0.551, which puts it right behind the engine swapped 4C and just in front of the McLaren F1. So not a bad car by any stretch. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe so you don't miss any future content.